Guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we mucked around in Omega Ruins and visited all of the Aeons that we can visit because some of them are guarded by Dark Aeons. Also last time I picked up a bunch of armor, and as you can see here I've added stoneproof to most of it. The only reason I have this one for Yuna is just because I happened to get a lucky drop of a silence-proof ring way earlier in the game. If not, just buy her another one, use stoneproof, HP plus 10 and HP plus 30. It's easy, it's cheap, and it'll help you out a lot. The only one I haven't added this to is Orns, because I wanted to show you how I was gaining some more of the reagents, the petrified grenades that I need to put stoneproof on. Well, you could steal some from the some enemies all over the place, really. There's a lot of them. The Basilisk enemy, the one in Omega Dungeon with the treasure chest, whatever his name is. But the most efficient way is to capture at least one of the Basilisks, come here, and make use of Bribe. Now, if you want to bribe him, you're probably going to want about 40,000. The number is 40,500. I just do 41 because it's faster. But assuming this works, and it has that is a very large tail. They hide that way in the back, but that's actually kind of funny. And for doing that, you'll get approximately 20. It says in walkthroughs 24, but the most I ever got was 22, and the least I got was 17. So, anyway, it doesn't matter because we need about 20 to do what we want to do. So let's customize. Where is Orin's doodad here? That'd be the one. And we throw stoneproof on there. So that's what I did. I had to do this a bunch of times because I think I only had like 40 some of these at the start, which means I had to spend 40,000 on each of the bribes. So I guess about 5 times. So about 200,000 gil there. It's not really all that much, considering you should have more than enough by this point in the game. And now everyone's protected against stone, and they get a little more HP going forward. So that's very nice. Okay. Oop, no. What do you... Somebody's drunk. Okay, so I decided who I wanted to use. The stats, or the stat nodes that we got there. The strength node, of course, is going to Titus. And the accuracy node I'm giving him as well. And the reason for that is I want him to be able to keep up being able to hit some of the flying enemies so that I have more than just Waka who's able to actually hit it. Now, you could... Basically, when it comes to using the warp spheres, and basically it allows you to go to any node on the grid. Any node, even ones that are hidden in behind things. Now, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm only going to use them up until the end of the game, or the end of the main storyline, to get, let's see, where's my key sphere? We'll unlock that while we're here, why not? But I'm only going to use them to go places that I normally would be able to go to using return spheres, friend spheres, and teleport spheres. Teleport allows you to move to any node activated by any ally, so it's almost as good, especially the further you get along in the game. Return to any node you've previously activated with this character, and a friend sphere is to an ally's location. So using those, I will easily be able to get to most of these areas anyway. I just would have used a return sphere with Titus. We would have gone here. It would have cost him one node to, or one sphere level to move up here. But anyway, I may or may not warp him back later. Riku, we don't need to do anything with you. Yuna. Let's see. I want to use the agility spheres. Oh, I'm on that one. So let's go about there. I'll do a little bit of the sphere gridding on screen just because I'm going to kind of do it as I'm doing some other things. So let's move you to here. And I want to use both the agility nodes on her, not so much for her, but for her Aeons. I want her Aeons to be able to be faster, and that's going to help her out with that. Not that it really matters right now, it's more just kind of planning for the future. Okay. And speed sphere there. And we're going to move you right there. I did a little tiny bit of battling around to get my overdrives all set up. And I could have done those against, you know, easier enemies. There's Holy. But I did it against some of the harder enemies so that Yuna would gain a couple of levels. And so a few other people would as well. Same thing with Orin here. I wouldn't normally bother to go after this, but I'm going to because it's easy enough to get now that I have the warp spheres. Again, I could have used a return sphere and unlocked it here if I really wanted to, but I'm kind of lazy when it comes to that. And since I happen to get so lucky with actually making that work, I'm surprised I got footage of me able to defeat that thing. Zombie attack inflicts zombie on the opponent, that's fine. In this case, I know I will be sending him right back to where he was, so we'll just send him right back there. Let's see, you, I don't think I'm going to get quite to the end of your grid, which is rather unfortunate. I'd really like to get Flare, but I said I wasn't going to use 20 of those sphere levels because I basically did a little more grinding to get them than I probably should have. You know, I wasn't trying to, I was just trying to capture enemies, but I figure I might as well make things fair and I won't use them, or at least not too many of them. Oh, come on, I'm just gonna get it, screw that. I was too close, it's only 2 beyond where I had it, and yeah, we're gonna get those levels shortly anyway. And Waka should be able to finish his grid off here. Get some agility and some accuracy, get some strength. And then I am going to move him around a little bit to go back and grab something that would have been a pain to get otherwise. I don't think he'll quite finish his grid, but that's alright. Close enough. And we get triple foul, inflicts silence, darkness, and sleep, I believe? Okay, so because this is part of Waka's path, I could have used, again, a return sphere or a teleport sphere to get here, but I'm just going to use a warp sphere so I don't have to play around. This is part of his grid here. I'm just going to warp right in here to get full break. It's going to be very helpful for the rest of us. And now that I've got one person in there, I can use skill spheres to learn it for other people, or I can use teleport spheres to move other people into this area in order to get it. So I'm just going to leave him in there for a moment. Kamari. Okay, yeah, I just cut that out because we've already seen it. So he got down there. Close, but no cigar there. Now, what I'm going to do is, because Waka was nice enough to learn full break, I would like to learn that with a few other people. You can use, like I said, a friend sphere to go right to him, or a return sphere, or a teleport sphere if you want. I'm just gonna use a warp sphere. There's also the the skill spheres. You could learn the ability, but I'm going to actually teach this, even though it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, to Lulu. And the main reason I'm doing that is because full break costs 99 MP, and I have 1 MP cost with her. So I'll just warp you back there. And I'll unlock that node, even though I know I was back 1 spot from that, but whatever. And let's see, I also want to get it for Yuna for the same reason. Alright, I just warped over there to get it off screen. Simple enough. And I also want to do that for Orin. Okay, so we just did that with him as well. Like I said, I have more than enough return spheres, friend spheres, and teleport spheres to have been able to do all of this, as well as, where are they? My skill spheres. So I could have done all of this even if I didn't have the warp spheres. It just makes it a little bit easier for me, and I don't have to waste spheres that I could use for other situations now that I have those warp spheres. Now we can, let's see here. Oh, I did want to do something with Riku real quick. Again, we could have used a return sphere in order to do this, but I'm going to use a warp sphere. Where is it? Ah, there we go. That took me way too long to find. But anyway, we can warp back and get Copycat by the start of Lulu's grid there, since that's part of her path anyway. Go. And I'm just going to leave her there for now. What other choices do I want to make there? So Titus went back for strength. Yuna. Yuna. Well, let's This one I'm going to cheese a little bit just because I don't want to have to wait to get this, even though I don't really need it now. Where's the start of your grid? Normally you would return sphere here. Nope. Use a level 4 key sphere on that and spend all of these nodes to come down here in order to get things. But I'm going to just warp right inside here so I don't have to worry about that. And while I'm in here, I might as well pick up the power nodes to up the power of your Aeons. But more importantly, we're going to unlock this. There we go. And we're going to pick up the all-important auto life. Eventually. There we go. You can get full life down by where she was. Here? No, that's Bofurgil. Down further. There, yeah. By full life down by Riku's path there. But I find no use of full life at all in this game, really. So, we're not going to do that. And one more thing. Use Black Magic Sphere. Not Osmos. Not even Flare. Not Bio. Demi. Actually, I have an extra one. Well, then I'll use that one on Imp, not Drain. Flare. Sure, we'll use it on Flare. I could have used the Black Magic Spheres to get, where's the middle of the grid here? Right there. So yeah, I could have used them to get one person to get Ultima and then a whole bunch of people get Ultima. But for the most part, you really don't need Ultima. Like, I've seen strategies involving it, and they're somewhat interesting, you know, against one enemy. But that's it. So I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so the other thing that I did last time that I want to make a note of before we move on is the Maquia enemy that I captured that I said to capture in the Omega Ruins. The reason I did that is to set up for later, just so I don't have to go back into the Omega Ruins to build some new armor when we get around to it. But that's pretty much all I wanted to kind of take care of before we move on to the final dungeon there. So now that we've done that, we can board the airship and we can finally move on. Yes, it's been
final showdown.
Pretty much 2 weeks of just doing a bunch of the side quests, and I figure we might as well take care of them now.
Yeehaw! Here we go!
Because once we go to do this, well, we can always go back and do it, but
Yu Yevon's hiding somewhere inside Sin, and we're gonna find him.
there's a lot of other
Well, that
side quests to
sounds
do
pretty
then
simple.
as well. So,
Hey, simple is the way you like it, right?
You
simple-minded.
got that right.
Pops, I'm counting on ya.
Right. Got you covered. Yeah.
So now I guess we're setting up the song.
How's that?
Right on.
Now, I'm not even going to question how they got speakers powerful enough for anyone else to hear. I'm not sure if they could hear or if they just see the ship and they're supposed to sing. But the idea is that the airship would sing the Hymn of the Faith. So I think they're supposed to be able to hear them. But those speakers would be massive. And from that high up,
A singing ship in the sky.
I hope everyone got the message.
if you talk to some of the people near the temples,
Green!
you can, people did get the message. It's like a rumor that's going around now. Oh, hello. You're mighty big.
All right, we're going in.
How we gonna get inside?
The easy way, how else?
Figures.
Well, let's go.
Yeah. Rock on, guys. Let's go kick some
Hey,
ass.
how you plan on getting inside?
If we can't get through the mouth, we'll rip open a new one. You with me?
God, his face is weird.
Now that's what I call a plan.
It's not a plan.
Vidra, e confrito e ca.
What are you gonna use?
Of course.
Of course.
you have no
All
idea
right.
what's going on right now, do you,
But give
Titus?
that thing a new blowhole. All you gotta do is jump.
Alrighty.
Roger.
I won't tell you to be careful. Do your worst, kiddo.
Roger.
Vet! Riku, you... guard!
He doesn't speak very well with it when it's not all
Will
bad.
do.
Alright, I want to double check one thing before we move on here. Alright, double checked.
Any last-minute supplies before the showdown?
We can double check. I don't think I need to get anything from you. Like, I could have gotten these armors, but I don't really have a good use for that final slot. That's why I went the cheaper route, and that gave me more money for other things.
You're selling stuff now?
But of course, once Sin is gone, we'll need to be rebuilding home, you see.
Oh, okay.
Man, your dedication is really astounding.
If there's anything I can help you with in the future, just ask.
Ace, win topped.
Janokut,
There we go.
Wiraja Fam may not win Dukya.
Eiko, uluwi goof dranelg.
Dat regdrat sjofunt lusa, drid falum timgu, edix wowike hat.
Okay
Ace
then.
ribidu.
Rana emnakan.
Now,
Dulukne dimida
you may not
wichilad.
get the same thing there. In order for him to get this dialogue and get this prize, it's if you've found all 26 of the El Bed books, and of course the final one was in the Omega Ruins last time.
Drigwi.
And you get 99
May I help you?
underdog secrets, which I think that's one of the only places you could have gotten them up until now. Do I need anything? No. I think I'm pretty well good.
Thank you. Your
Yeah, my patronage is about to go this way now. But yeah, you can pick up those. They're not particularly useful for anything. I think the only thing they'll customize is on a weapon. They'll do double overdrive, but I don't really care for that. And I have ultimate weapons, so what would I need that for? Beware the toxin. Okay. Check the equipment. That's a good idea. We should probably be equipping... let's see. Basically, now I can probably sell most of my stuff. It's either going to be ultimate weapons or it's going to be capturing weapons. The only additional one that I might want to have on is the alchemy weapon. And that's just because I don't have alchemy on her ultimate there. Let's see. So, yeah, I might as well give everyone their ultimate weapons for this. There's nothing we need, nothing special we need to do with the fight and sin there that we need to capture, so. Let's go out and let's get her done.
I can hear the song.
There you go.
Yes, I can hear the hymn too.
They listen to us.
We won't let them down. Yuna. You don't need this anymore, right?
That one was her will. Remember, she dropped it at the top of Gagazet.
Right? Huh.
I get the sentiment, but those were the thoughts that she wanted to share with, all of her friends. So, kind of a dick move, but also, you get what he's intending to do with that. She doesn't need to give up her life anymore, so she can tell them in
Hey,
person.
guys, that's not good, yeah?
Of course it's not good. Hey, look, it's Ozma! flies. That's not the audio cutting out. That's literally what the game does. They just cut all audio.
Huh? Hmm? Oh. Oh.
Until... Whoa. That looks awesome. That's a little bit of annihilation right there. Titus, no sleeping on the job there, buddy.
Damn you, old man.
Hey, I saw something shine at the base of Shin's arm.
I'm not sure what
I reckon it's a weak spot.
Sin destroyed there.
Claude! Fred!
Sin's pulling us in!
Everyone, back inside!
No time. We gotta take this guy down. There's too many cutscenes that follow immediately after, so I think we're gonna call her for today, and then next time we'll deal with the multiple boss fights and the and all the cutscenes that come with it. So anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.